It is October 31st, 2020. It's a Saturday. Hey everybody. Happy Halloween. This is JJ. You're watching Bull to the Bust. And I hope everyone's having a spooky great weekend so far. To me, there's not much scarier than our current financial system. We're going to get into some news today, and we're going to tell you what I think you need to look out for. Now, real quick, before we get into the news, I just want to address a few comments that I've been reading and a few questions that I've been asked. They're saying, hey JJ, where's the collapse? You've been talking about this collapse. Where is it? Well, the collapse is here. Now, you've got to know, and I know most of you know this, but you've got to keep in mind, just because the stock market is going up doesn't mean that the average U.S. person is not in very dire financial straits, right? We've got 6 million people in this country that can't pay their housing payment when you look at mortgages and rents, right? So when you say collapse, it may not be collapsing stock market, and you might not see home prices collapse because they can keep that inflated to eternity if they really wanted to, right? Based on fiat money and fractional lending, it's completely possible. But when you look at the purchasing power of the average U.S. consumer, 6 million people can't make house payments, on the verge of homelessness, having to rely on regulations and assistance in order to just keep a home, keep a roof over their head. So this is a collapse of the middle class. You may not see it. You may not look out your window and see homeless people everywhere. But eventually, it could get that bad, and you're going to notice the collapse at one point. I don't want to say if it's going to be next month, next year, but something bad is going to happen eventually. They cannot keep, and they will not, even if they can, they will not keep this propped up forever. I guarantee you there will be some sort of event or a scapegoat on top of what we already have lived through here. We've already seen this shutdown recession because of the pandemic. And it seems like every time that we see something bad happen, it always ends up helping the people at the top the most. You see the big mega corporations, they get the bigger funding, they get more traffic now, especially with so many small businesses being wiped out, not able to survive this downturn. And to kind of underscore that point, let's take a look at a tweet right here. This is out of a Bloomberg article. U.S. billionaires got $1 trillion richer during the past 4 years. So this is one of the reasons why people keep asking me, who's going to win? And this is one of the reasons why I don't think it matters. I mean, I think that, each side that you're going to choose from in November, or maybe you won't choose, maybe you're like me, maybe you're not going to even choose one, but each side is going to have its benefits and its detractors, right? So a lot of people are saying, oh, well, we got more freedom, if we elect this guy, and we're going to have, more rights. But what happens if you're homeless? How well are your freedoms serving you if you're homeless or having to rely on a handout just to eat a meal? You see what I'm saying? So if there's no candidate that tries to completely transform this entire economic system, this monetary system, this financial system, then I just can't vote for him. That's just me. And I'm more of a libertarian mindset. So just to put that out there, because a lot of people were asking about it. So again, could one candidate be worse than the other? Absolutely. But do I think in the end it's going to really matter? Well, not unless a major transformation is done with the economic system. You see, a lot of this divisiveness that you see is done on purpose. They want everybody fighting against each other, pointing the finger without pointing to the actual structure and the system that we live under. In my humble opinion, here's a recent article, USA Today. California EDD director resigns. There was a huge backlog of unemployment filings here in California. It's also headlining here that there could be 12 million homeless. We already have a homeless epidemic here in California, and this could get real bad real quick. It could get twice as bad here if they don't keep up these rescue operations. And just a quick excerpt out of this article. If you're one of those still waiting for your California unemployment claim to be processed, it was reported earlier this month that 1.6 million backlogged claims. Sharon Hilliard, who was named the organization's director just in February of this year, has resigned. All right, so the point I want to make here is relying on a government check is not a good strategy. It's not even something that I would count on, right? So you may think with all the information that's put out there that the United States were the world's richest nation, you would think that we would have no problems, right? Let's just pay everyone unemployment. Everyone has a social security number. Just go out and deposit it into their checking account. Now you notice it's always more difficult when it comes to getting money to the people. When it comes to keeping the banking system propped up, the money's there faster than a day trade, right? And we've been talking here recently about how the unemployment number, how the new unemployment filings have been dropping, but we're still more than double of where we were at in new jobless filings since before the shutdown. Recent headline here, the next blow for businesses, tax hikes, more layoffs. So the states that are unable to pay their unemployment claims because they're broke also, well, they're going to try to get money out of the businesses. But good luck with that because a lot of the businesses are no longer there. So they'll have to raise taxes on the existing businesses and the people. The people are broke, on the verge of homelessness, waiting in food lines. They can't afford to pay higher taxes. All right, this is an absolute Titanic just ready to go down. There's no way to get out of this without some severe, either one, transformations, or two, just an absolute collapse, and will reinflate the bubbles on the other side. In the meantime, though, there's going to be a major wealth transfer. It's already it's been happening over the past many decades, and it was accelerated over the past 4 years. But it's likely that we have not seen anything yet. We could have a lot of these new homeowners that bought homes here in the past few years. We saw the home ownership rate really increase. We could have another foreclosure tsunami as soon as they stop propping this up. Now, are we getting close? My thoughts and my estimates are yes, because I think that after November, it's going to be all bets off the table. There's no longer as much of an incentive to keep this illusionary economy appearing to be, wonderful like they've been telling us. Recent article here, Wall Street Journal. Exxon to slash 15% of its global workforce, including 1,900 jobs here in the United States. The United States, we are now the world's largest producer of oil. That could all change because depending on what happens in November, we could see a major shift in the oil output because we have some very different views on the oil industry, and these job layoffs in the oil sector could be just getting started. There's a lot of uncertainty out there right now. Now here's the crazy part about this job cut announcement out of Exxon. They have chosen not to reduce their dividend payout for their shareholders. And let's take a look at this right here. This is out of the Economic Policy Institute. The top 0.1% earnings grew 15 times faster than the bottom 90% earnings. And this has been going on for decades. And I wish I had better news, but it's likely going to get a lot worse because any solutions that are being discussed are not actually solutions. They're just ways to mask over the underlying problems. Okay, we're going to stop this one here today, folks. Hope everyone has a good Halloween again. Stay well, stay safe, stay prepared. Come back for more news and updates on the economy, finance, and a whole lot more. Bye, everybody.